Hi, this is my video on the VFL team that I have made. I'll go over it just in a second. And yeah, so first of all, you can see the bottom two, Avova and Price, I believe. These are basically players I'll have benched for the entirety of the stage. Um, and I'll use the other points elsewhere. Now, I want to start from the top. Texture is my IGL. Now, I want to show why I have picked texture as my IGL, and this is DRX. You can see the match hasn't even loaded properly yet because I was watching Genji versus DRX. I know the video is a little bit late, but I was watching Genji versus DRX while this was happening. Just to be clear, I did lock it before, and as you can see, I think texture he ended up getting the most kills, and I'm pretty happy with it. I think texture is in a region where generally people are very inconsistent. He has been really consistent. I trust him, and I have the amount of trust that people had in Aspas when he went to Toronto. Can I get bitten just as badly? Yeah, sure, but I don't think that will happen. I'm planning to keep texture my IGL for the entirety of the stage until week 5 when no Pacific matches are happening. Um, the next player in my team is Karen. Now, Karen is in the wild card slot, and I'll be honest, this is more of a gamble pick. Even though he's 12 points, honestly, I was in such a hurry. Okay, this is my second time playing VFL. I played in Toronto, and in Toronto for this stage, I picked players from Fnatic and Sentinels because I didn't know how it works, so I didn't get any points. I still ended up 13th, so that was pretty cool for my first VFL. But yeah, basically, I didn't have much time, so I put Karen, and he's kind of a risk pick because he got 30 here, the third highest, basically the middle, but he has been historically pretty good, so I do trust it. It's more of a risk, low risk, high reward type play. I think he plays really good in really important matches, and these are not really important matches. But yeah, I'm happy with Genji's result today, and the next one is Talon versus Boom. And why is Jitboy so cheap is my question. Because if I show it to you, Jitboy is 8, same as Killua. Jitboy has been one of the most decorated, most praised players in all of Pacific. So I have no idea why he's so cheap. And yes, he of course performs. Thai unexpectedly, in my opinion, performed much better. Premier as well, but Jitboy performs here. Of course, kill wise, he's not that high up. He's in the middle with Cruz. Killua as well performed pretty well, but they win the map. It's a clean tour, so I'm happy with it. Um, Again, these two are like my cheap first week because Pacific has double matches in the first week, so these are my cheap first week plays. If you see, Talon actually plays against Boom. They already won that one, and they play against Zeta. So I'm pretty confident about that. Now, if they lose to Zeta, we are back to 50-50 with Talon, and I am really pissed. But surely, Jit Boys and Thai Primi, they carry us to the win. Um, I am really avoiding DRX and T1. You can see my VFL team has no DRX, no T1 players because I have no idea what to think about them. They just played against, so DRX played against Genji, they lost. They looked pretty clueless on Korod, and Haven I didn't watch, but the score doesn't say too much good about them. Um, T1 on the other hand, I think T1 there's a lot of stuff happening in the behind the scenes as well, which is not really giving me too much hope for them. Um, so time will tell if it actually matters. I would have put all my money on Meteor if he was in any other team, but he didn't perform either. Buzz is performing; he's super highly prized as well. So I don't know if I would have gone for him. PaperX as well. I'm not really going for them. PaperX, I think you can predict the wins very easily. I think it's very, to me at least, it's very clear that they're going to win pretty much every match they're going to play. But I can't predict who is going to top frag, and this is something I have been really enjoying with VFL, and this is what I'm going for to predict who is going to top frag in a team. I'm going for a very glass cannon build, and in Paper X it could be anyone. It's literally, you can see Devi here, top frags. Sorry, something top frags, Devi second top frag. Same case where Devi top frags in the grand finals of Toronto, but he does not get um the MVP, which is for 4 second, and this time 4 second is in middle of the pack 46, right? If you go back and see something in Toronto finals is in the middle, so I think this team, like, anyone can get the MVP because anyone can top frag in this. That's the point of this team. They're all heavy hitters. So I'm really like avoiding any teams where I know multiple people can get that. uh, I think the only thing remaining is Nongshim and Boom Sports, and both of them, I'm not sure what to think of them. Boom just lost and Nongshim just won, but I have yet to watch Nongshim's match, and Boom did not look good. So it's a, to me, it's a, I still want to see more before I put any chips on either of them. Zeta, DFM, Team Secret. I'm really low on Team Secret right now, and Zeta and DFM, I'm not trusting at all. So no players from there. So that wraps up my specific becomes, which is Texture as my IGL, and he'll be for the whole 4 weeks. Karen, I'll swap him out. I'll explain who with whom later. Um, Jitboys and Kilua from Talon. And I haven't really talked about Global, so I'll go back and do that. Um, Being Indian, Global is a team that I'm supporting. But as you can see, I've actually played against them in the match against RRQ. I think Global has good potential. They're mostly my cheap picks. As you can see, they are the cheapest players I could find at 6.5 and 5.5. But I do think that this team actually has a really high potential to surprise people. I think they'll win against Team Secret, and I think they have a decent chance against getting some upset wins here and there. So yeah, they're basically my wild card pick, and I'm saving for my glass cannon build of like picking really high rated player from other regions. And speaking of other regions, I'll just, oh yeah, I'll also talk about RRQ. Because RRQ are playing against Global, I'm not picking anyone from there because it doesn't make sense. Now, Americas. The only player I have for Americas is Ye, because they play against 2G. I believe, yeah, EG plays against 2G, and that gives a really good chance for Ye to pop up. I don't know if people remember this, but Ye actually played really, really well in their past few matches. Um, the past matches, in these matches, they lost, but still, Ye was the top fragger by a lot. So I think that right now is the best time to go for him because 2G should be an easy win for EG. And after that, it gets more difficult. But I think these are the matches where I want him. From the next match onwards, I think I'll swap him out for Derek because I still believe in EG. Um, but I have other plans for other players. So that's my week 2 switch out. EA out, Derek in. Now, as I mentioned, um, I'll also go through the other EMEA, sorry, the Americas teams. Um, I don't think any team in Americas is right now consistent other than Sentinels, and they start with G2. They anyways look very shaky. The only really player I would say is that I would want to go for is Zekken, because Zekken is really consistent. He is the top fragger almost every single time. But this is the last match where Zekken was the top frag, and he's very expensive, so going for him would make sense. But look at this. Zelsis is the second top frag in this match. He has performed very well before as well. He performed equally good to Aspas. I think outfragged Aspas in one of the matches. But look at the very next game, and Zelsis is bottom. So it's really inconsistent other than Zekken. Narrate, I think in the last match, top fragged. Actually, in the match against Wolves, Narrate was the top fragger. So it's really difficult for me to guess correctly who is going to be the top fragger. And again, I'm going for that. Plus, anyways, the match this time is going to be difficult. So, depending on what G2 is, whether or not they have Leaf or not. But with that, I think NRG versus 100 Thieves. So, any other team, I'm not really sure what to think of. NRG should be good, but they're playing against 100 Thieves, who I actually rate probably third or fourth highest because they haven't really changed anything and in theory should be really good. You have Leviathan and Loud, who again, both of these teams, you can make argument that they should be good and shouldn't be good. You have MIBR and Crew Sports, who are both Latam and Brazilian teams. MIBR, if you forget about Toronto, they were the third best team. But looking at the changes, Crew should be better than them anyways, and MIBR performed badly at Toronto. I have no idea what to think of them, right? Cloud9, Cloud9 should be a very favored team in this entire stage. But will they choke again? Who knows? Furia and 2G are the only teams that I'm really not trusting at all. Um, with that being said, I think EME is where I'm having the most fun. So you'll see I have Hero and Zeus in EMA. Just to show their matches that they are going to be playing is against Apex for Hero in Navi and against Gentlemates in Foot. And this is basically my strategy. I will keep um swapping out players from 4 teams, which I'll explain, as they play against Apex, Giants, Koi, and Gentlemates. So the first week it's going to be Hero and um, Zeus. The next week, again, I'm gonna swap out Karen and Kahak will take his place. So Kahak will be here instead of Ye, who will go down to like basically this is gonna swap out for Derek and Ye is gonna swap out for Kahak. Um, then the next week I have Zeus and Sugetsu because Zeus is playing against I believe oh sorry, so for week 2 it will be Kahak and Sugetsu because they are playing against Fnatic is playing against Koi and Zeus is playing against Sugetsu is playing against Apex. Then Zeus and Sugetsu for week 3. So this will be against Giant X and against Koi. Then week 4, I'm not sure yet. Maybe I won't have any EMEA players. Let's see. But week 5, I'll have Kahak again against Apex and Hero against Koi. So I'm pretty happy about this specific because I'm just taking these teams are just taking turns beating up the 4 bottom feeder teams. If you see the bracket, I mean, this is such a beautiful look at this. These 4 teams, I'm so happy for them. I have players from Fnatic, Navi, Carmine Co, and Foot. I am not going for Team Liquid. I think Team Liquid has a really good score potential. Like they will win a lot of matches, but I can't again predict who will top frag. Will it be Nats? He has bottom fragged in the past. Will it be Camo? Will it be Trex? I have no idea. It could be Kiko as well, right? So they have a lot of heavy hitters. This is a problem with like teams that are heavy hitters. You can't really predict who will be the main heavy fragger in that team. With that said, it is a slightly risky, but it can be a really good prediction for anyone. Team Heretics, even though they won the trophy, I'm really scared to predict them because I don't know who will. Because usually when they're losing, it's Rians who is top fragging. When they're winning, it's usually Woot and Minibu, and they divide the kills between them. And you'll see the best heretic wins. They are actually very evenly distributed when it comes to the kills. I also want to just add a side note. Even though I didn't support EWC myself and I didn't watch it, but even after that, I don't think it's a right to take away from the win from Heretics. It's not like they had a full choice of whether or not they wanted to play in the tournament. And even if they didn't, they played the tournament, they won fair and square. I don't think it's fair to take it away from them. So I do still consider that they won a trophy. But I don't support EWC. Um, Other than that, Vitality, I hope this team crashes and burns. I have no respect for this team. This team has hurt me the most because in the beginning I was the most highest on this team. I don't think it's anyone's fault specifically. I think Safe not being able to IGL properly. I think Faded not being able to. I think Faded wasn't given a proper shot at like controlling the team, being a fairly new coach to the scene and scene in the sense like Valorant Tier 1, and people like Durkha and Les being in the team from the get go probably didn't give him much chance to control. We don't know the internal dynamics. I don't know whose fault it actually is. The drama that happened online, I'm not on Twitter. I don't know. But I am not going to thread anyone from Vitality. I hope they lose every match. That's a bit harsh. All I mean to say is that I'm not going to predict them against anything because I'm not sure who will top rank. You usually should be Darka, but again, he's super expensive. Worthily, but I'm not going to predict a team that I think might lose. I trust in Foot, I trust in Navi, and I'm trusting in KC. I'm trusting these teams to beat the bottom feeder teams. So, and BBL, I actually really liked BBL in the last stage. I really, really thought they are super good, but I don't know it fully yet. I think that was sort of a run, and they could do good, they could do badly as well. Um, as you can see, I have BBL beating Team Vitality. I have BBL in high respect, but I'm not sure how much. I do think Foot are just really good, especially with the addition of CNED. So that wraps up my um basically that wraps up my pickums. My VFL team. Texture as IGL probably will be for the majority of the week. Ye will get swapped out for Kahak, while Karen gets swapped out for Derek in the next week. I know the next week's plan. I don't know after that, at least for the other regions. Hero and Kahak will get swapped around alongside people like Sugetsu and others. I think actually I'm not swapping at Karen for Derek. Sorry, Karen for Derek. It's probably Ye. Sorry, it's probably Sugetsu for Derek. But in any case, these people will get swapped around as I slowly figure out the next steps. Hope you enjoyed. And just in case you wanted to see, these are my pickums. This is for EMEA. I'm not gonna go over them, but this is for EMEA. These are for the Pacific. I'm pretty high up on Paper X, but again, I'm not picking just because I don't know who is going to top rank. And these are for Americas. I am really not sure who is going to win because it's just so varied in nature that I can't really say anything for sure. But yeah, hope you enjoyed, and I don't know. See you soon. Bye bye.